Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Dan-A-Plooza. My guest is the very talented lady from the squared circle of boxing. It is Hollie Dunaway, Hall of Fame boxer, four-time boxing world champion, fitness creator, content creator, supplement owner of Champion CMOS. Let's give a round of applause for Hollie Dunaway.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it, Dan.
You're welcome. You're welcome. That's the plug segment. So for those watching and future watching, please follow this amazing lady on social media at Hollie_Dunway on the Instagram, and also check out her website at holliedunaway.com. You can see great things going on. I know currently you're trying to be on the cover of a magazine right now that you're in the voting for that.
Yeah.
How is that going?
It's going good. There's eliminations for like 10 weeks straight. It's Miss Health and Fitness 2023 competition. And it's the cover of a magazine and the title, and then also $20,000. So a lot's at stake there, for winning it. I'm ranked sixth right now, and they just did top 20. Next is top 15. So I'm still good for a little while. I don't think I have anything to worry about, but I will need to start really promoting it and being a little annoying pretty soon.
Well, we have already promoted it in the Dan-A-Plooza Facebook page.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome. So for those watching, just use your Facebook profile and you can click on the link and I'll post it again in there. You get one free daily vote. So make sure you vote because we want to see Hollie go to the top and get the money, money, money.
For sure. I'll put the title to good use also. I'll try to use it to inspire and motivate people, and the prize money to help people. Super into helping.
That's awesome. Yeah. So go ahead and support, and I will sing a song if you guys all vote for one.
Can you sing very well?
Yeah, I can sing
Yeah. Oh, cool.
on the key. Just how far you asked me to sing on the key. If you're expecting a really really high note, you're not going to hear that. But yeah, I took voice lessons in college, so.
Hey, okay. So you can sing. That's great.
Yep, I can sing, or I can move my lips and make it look like I sing in a sea of people. So
That's great.
It is. So, what made you decide to become a boxer?
Wow. I always wanted to play sports growing up, but I grew up on a farm in Arkansas, kind of, out
Oh,
in
okay.
out in the boonies. So, and I had a brother a couple years older than me, and we were always scrapping, we just for fun or to settle things. So it just, really came naturally to me, and I found it fun and was comfortable with it. And I probably would have done any sport, honestly. When I turned 18, I wanted to play sports so bad, and it was the first thing that just kind of fell into my lap. So, um, there was like this girl, she was a pro training at a nearby gym, and we were both tiny. So it was really being such a small size, weighing like 105 pounds and
Oh
being
wow.
an adult female that like landed me the opportunity. But yeah, I mean, the rest was history. That's what got me in the door. And literally, like 2 weeks after I learned how to throw my first punch, I was in my first pro fight, getting my butt whooped. But
Oh wow.
there was some people cheering for me too, and that was addictive. I never got to experience the feeling of, being the center of attention or the limelight or anything, and it was addictive. I knew I wanted to do it. I just didn't want to get my butt kicked anymore.
Yeah. So when you and this is when I'm thinking because I actually have a friend who did a movie and it was a boxing movie.
Mhm.
Is that something that you would ever see yourself doing, like maybe being involved in a film about boxing?
Sure. I mean, I guess growing up, I would have loved to get into acting and things. And I've done commercials and I shot a little reality show and I've done stunt work and stuff like that. And I'm very comfortable doing stuff like that and getting into character. I'm just not great at remembering lines. So, maybe that's something I could work on. But yeah, I would probably be more comfortable in like a stunt role or doing fighting scenes rather than, starring in it. But who knows? Some things are worth getting better at.
Exactly. And I can tell you because I've had to memorize lines many a times, and there
Yeah.
are definitely lots of techniques to do that and everything to get that. It's possible. You can definitely
Yeah.
do that. There's just once you find your niche and how you're able to retain, you're just like a sponge. Just soak it up.
Yeah. Right. I believe that.
But yeah, I think that would be great for you. And if I run across anybody, I will definitely let them know for
Thank
you.
you. I appreciate
Yes.
it. I just got my profile up on that IMDb, that International Movie
Yes.
Database,
Yes.
because I fought on like a pay-per-view for lingerie fighting championships on TV
Oh,
this
okay.
past Valentine's Day. And so, yeah,
Awesome.
that kind of landed me a spot on there. So I'm officially an actress now.
Yeah, there you go. Welcome to the club.
Thanks.
um, I have one up there too. Mine's for playing a villain, horror villain. So,
Oh, yeah?
yeah,
Hey.
yes, I play bad guys. But it was definitely a lot of fun. It was my second film, and
Mhm.
then the last film that I did, we had a big bar fight scene. So
Oh,
uh,
cool.
it was, it
I would have
was,
got into that.
it did. What was interesting was they didn't actually tell some of the patrons that it was like fake. Some people thought it
Yeah.
was real. So
Yeah. I think they needed an honest reaction from some of those people that probably made the video better.
yeah, yeah. Um, but it's based on a true story. So if that's something you're interested, I'll send it your way. But
Yeah,
it's a
sure. I'd
nice,
love to check it
heartwarming
out.
story. um, so I definitely hope things continue to develop for you. So fingers crossed.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I hope so too.
Um, uh, so, what is the best part about being a trainer?
Hmm. I like to I told you I like to help.
Hmm.
I see people that get into boxing and they get better at it and they gain confidence, and boxing just makes you confident just in your regular life. You walk around, you feel like you could go anywhere, do anything, and you can protect yourself. But and it's a good workout. You're proud of yourself when you're done. But I just like teaching it and making it simple for people that would just assume it's complicated. With anything, repetition's key. But also being able to break it down and make just demonstrate like how to do things and tell you why you do it and when you do it, and just making it make sense for people. I get to see it click a lot simpler than it did click for me. So I just like to top whatever trainers I had and just teach things in a very simple format and just watch it improve people's lives. So that's what I like, I guess, the most about it. And I don't know, it kind of makes you feel like you're tough too. Teaching boxing, I don't know. It's a little bit of an ego thing too. Uh, but it's a fun thing. It's a fun workout. You totally forget that you're working out because you just have so many things to focus on and learn. So I really enjoy teaching it. I think I'll always teach it at some level.
That's great. I feel like that's real amazing. I've always been interested in boxing myself. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's one of those things anybody can do. You just take it at your own pace. When you get tired, you slow down and go back to your jab. You can streamline it to like a person individually. You don't even have to like a lot of the people that I train, they don't spar. They don't compete on any
Mhm.
sort of professional or amateur level. They mostly do it for self-defense or for a workout or fun or whatever. So, there's a multitude of reasons to do it, and you don't actually have to get punched in the face to learn how to be a decent boxer.
It's good to know. Yeah. I have to look into it more. I do have some boxing gloves that I had bought.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it's a good workout. You can get your lungs stretched out and get your pores cleaned out and get your muscles worked in like a short amount of time, and then just go on about your day, not have to dedicate a
yeah,
lot of time to working out either. It's another good thing about boxing.
yeah. I'll have to look into that. There's a new gym that they have that I was going to look into for
Yeah,
next month, so I'll have to look into that.
yeah, yeah. I think mitt work is the most fun. I mean, hitting a heavy bag's great.
Hmm.
It's a big workout, and you don't have to put in that much time doing it. But mitts is the same way, where it's a really great workout, but it's just a lot of fun, like timing. And then whenever you hit it perfect, it's echoes and makes you feel like you're a monster. So yeah, mitts are always the funnest.
Yeah, I've always seen that. I think in it's good for the coordination, isn't that?
Yeah,
Because
for sure. Hmm. Yeah.
yeah. So I'll definitely look into that. So what are your goals for 2023?
Besides becoming Miss Health and Fitness 2023.
Yes, yes, yes.
I don't know. I'm starting an Amazon store right
Okay.
now, and that's a little tougher than I could have ever planned for. But it's a good thing I didn't know how tough it
Mhm.
was. I wouldn't have started it. And then just working on the same thing everybody else is working on is finding happiness and trying to be the best version of me. I'm just constantly trying to change myself in like a lot of little ways just to like become a better human being and be helpful to other people without it like uh taken away from my cup.
Yeah, I've because I watched some of your clips of some of your matches before
Oh yeah.
doing this. Yeah,
Yeah, it's entertaining.
it was mess around. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's just
actually, I
fun.
mean, if you let me, I'll mess around.
Yeah,
Because they're 10-round fights, you gotta waste some time. But
exactly.
it's
You gotta
most
make
of the
it.
time when I'm in there with like a lot of Hispanic fighters or
Mhm.
Asian fighters, they're stereotypically they're the come forward, throw a lot of
Yeah.
punches fighters, and so you don't really have a lot of mess around time in those fights when somebody's constantly punching. It forces you
Oh
to
wow.
constantly punch back. Yeah. So yeah, it's just me going on. My defense is my offense. Sometimes, you got
Yeah.
to fight like that, especially, in such small weights. Like I used to fight. I used to be the smallest world champion in professional boxing, holding the world title at 102 pounds. So I would weigh in like 98, 99 pounds, some of those
Oh
title
wow.
defenses. I know. And they're not really hitting like Mike Tyson. Like I always thought I was.
Yeah.
My first I think my first 11 wins, 9 of them were knockouts.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah, you couldn't tell me nothing. But still we're not hitting like Tyson or anything. So you really do have to throw a lot of punches in order to be impressive at those smaller weights.
Impressive you are, definitely are.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome. Um, and I read because I did my research prior to this.
Mm.
So what does it mean to you to be inducted in the St. Louis Boxing Hall of Fame?
Oh, yes, it was an honor. Of course, anytime enough people get together and recognize something you did as being like meaningful enough to be recognized on a level like that, yeah, of course, it meant a lot to me, and I'm proud of it. But also at the time, I wasn't like I thought I wasn't quite done with professional boxing.
Oh.
So it was like, it was towards the end, but I didn't know that because I just assumed I would fight and keep the world title until I was maybe like 45 years old, or, you'd see fighters
Yeah.
like Bernard Hopkins, 50, what was he, 51? And he was fighting like a 26-year-old.
Oh.
And he's doing 12 rounds, doing push-ups in between rounds and still schooling the kid. So fighters like that would just inspire me and make me feel like I could do it for a lot longer than um, my body actually probably should have boxed at that level. And so whenever I got nominated for the Hall of Fame, I was like, isn't that for fighters who are done fighting? Like, I'm not done.
Yeah.
I've got more world titles to win. And anyway, I guess it was a prediction of the end. They could see I was kind of slowing down, but it was still an honor, and I'm proud of it. In hindsight, I'm a lot more proud of the things I accomplished than I was at the time that I accomplished them.
There you go. It's always that self-reflection afterwards.
Yeah, right. Because then it was like it wasn't enough. If it was enough, I wouldn't have been able to push through and keep going. Because it is a pretty tough life devoting it to a combat sport like that.
Well, I'm glad that you were able to receive that honor. I wish I had known about this because I was just in St. Louis like a week ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like St. Louis. There's big sports fans there.
Yeah. I just went through St. Louis to Branson a week ago. So,
Oh, okay. I grew up
so.
not too far from there in Arkansas, maybe, I don't
Oh,
know, three
okay.
three or 4 hours from Branson in Northwest Arkansas.
All right. I've never been, but I've heard.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just a lot of trees and cows to look at. It's not really a whole lot of reason. There's some nice people there, but it's just not a
Aw,
lot to do and look at.
yeah. So is that what are you more kind of like into the city as opposed to the country?
Um, so I would like to be, yes, but I'm like getting back to where maybe one day I could embrace like off-grid living.
Mhm.
A different type of off-grid living than like farm life. I mean, I could have
Mhm.
a version of a farm, but I'm in Fort Lauderdale now, so I'm used to the whole tropical vibe where it's warm and you got the oversized
Yeah.
plants and palm trees, and I like that.
So,
So I'm probably just going to buy some land here and just have a bamboo parameter around it and just grow everything that I eat. All my fruits and veggies, grow them.
There you go, living the tropical life paradise.
Yeah, but I do enjoy, just being creative and being like, I would like to do this, and looking it up and going to do it. You can't really do that if you don't live near a major city.
Right. Yeah.
Just got more options here. So maybe not too far out in the boonies.
Exactly. I live in the country.
Yeah, it's cool. I think it is, the people there, um, they're more people-y. The
Oh
people
yeah.
in bigger cities, they're usually stressed out and it costs more to live there. So they're more work-minded and
Yes.
focused, and they don't really have time to just, make time for people.
It's very true. But I enjoy it. Someday I'd like to go back to the city.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta have a little bit of balance and be flexible in life, do something until you realize you're no longer happy and then make changes.
Definitely. That's important.
Yeah.
So um, what made you decide to have the supplement company, your champion CMOS, and did you get any kind of impact when COVID took place?
So I was already making the sea moss gel on my own. I was just ordering it from the Caribbean, from St. Lucia, and just putting in water, blending it. It turned out so perfect. I was like, why am I not selling this stuff? It's so easy to make, and it's really nutritious. So yeah, I started the company just really because I was making it anyway. There was no reason not to sell it. Um, it was just little work. It was something I was doing anyway, so it wasn't very much work to start the business, turn it into an LLC, and yeah, I just really believed in the product. So that's how it all started. And then with COVID, people stayed home more and
Mhm.
they were alone more. They stayed on the phones more. And so people like started informing themselves about proper nutrition and what your body needs. So
Mhm.
I think people are more with COVID they're more informed on like which supplements are the best for you. And people really became enlightened on CMOS and the health benefits of it. And then I even picked up a new product. I'm selling Champion CMOS sells Shilajit now, which is also
Okay.
it's it's like a resin from the Himalayan mountains, but it's got like 80 something vitamins and minerals in it. So I now sell like two of the most nutritionally dense supplements on the planet. And I really believe in what I'm selling and I do a lot of research on it. So, and I get good product and it's in liquid form. So it's more like easily digestible. So yeah, I think the COVID really kind of helped the business just since people are more informed now. And yeah, it's doing pretty well. It's still in the early stages, so I'm not mass producing. I'm still kind of making things to order and then, getting it shipped out, that day or the next day. So so yeah, it's like anything. The more you put into it, the more you get out of it. So whenever I promote it more, it does better on sales. And when I focus on fighting and then it slows down a little bit. So it's just however much I want to get out of it, I'll put that much energy into it.
So that's great, and I'm glad that it helped you during the COVID times. And
Yeah,
I probably have some friends who would be very much into that, so I will
yeah.
have to let them know.
Some health fanatic friends like me.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
one of my friends, Ashley. She's very
Mhm.
much into health and wilderness and nature,
Yeah, yeah, very cool. Very
so I
cool.
will let them know.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yep. Um, so, uh, as far as with all the fights that you've been through, are there some that
Mhm.
really mean the most to you?
Um, so yeah, of course. There was a fight in Budapest, Hungary, where I went over there and I won a 10-round decision and took both of her world titles. And Um, sometimes you don't always get a fair shake when you go overseas. I've certainly lost a handful of split decisions in other countries. And after I felt like they maybe didn't win one or more rounds. So yeah, they were just very kind over there. And she was like a decorated champion. So definitely winning that fight meant a lot to me. And then, you know, beating Mary Ortega meant a lot to me. I did my training camp for that one over in Germany and prepared. I was like a paid sparring partner at the time for Gina Halmich, who was like the highest paid female in professional boxing. Um, and yeah, I stayed over there and fought wars in the ring sparring in preparation for that, and then came and handed her like fourth loss out of like 30 something wins,
Wow.
so yeah, I mean and that one was I stepped up 3 weight divisions to fight that
Oh,
fight
okay.
also. So it proved to me that I could be dominant and hold world titles at different weights and be competitive at those weights, and that I could fight fighters that were like kind of a beast in the ring, that kamikaze style and much
Yeah.
bigger. So yeah, that was really like my prime, those couple of years, and there was a lot of meaningful fights to me in 2006, 2007 range for sure.
Wow. I just it's amazing.
Yeah.
Just all that you accomplished. I'm gonna
Oh,
have to
thank you.
really watch that fight from Hungary just to see.
Yeah. It was she had this she was a beautiful girl as Christina Baby Doll Belinsky, and she has this real like Klitschko stand up
Mhm.
European, just straight punches style, just a little bit of head movement, so I just really did a lot of wide movements and just worked on hooks and uppercuts, and just was real patient with her and threw in combinations. So yeah, it was a good fight. It was I landed some big bombs in that fight. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, very impressive. And way to win and be the champ.
Oh, thanks.
um. So, what do you mostly enjoy like doing now? I know between like a trainer and between that and like your supplement company, do you enjoy your time in between?
Yeah, for sure. So I live by the beach now,
Mhm.
and living in Florida, there's just you can go outside year round. It's like summer year round. So people aren't just like, hey, you want to go eat? Like people are
Mhm.
like, you want to go boogie board? You want to go kayak? You want to go rollerblading? And you want to go like walk around a butterfly park like it's just every day it's something different. And people are always coming on vacation here. So I'm constantly entertaining friends and family that are flying in, and it's just so pretty. And I'm uh, growing my own fruits and veggies already, and yeah, just I really like the beach and that whole lifestyle, just anything on the water. So yeah, it's just I'm just being really active and trying to eat healthy and I don't know. I'm getting into like spirituality on on a like a really fun woo woo but a little bit weird level, because I'm just opening my mind and not judging anything and just trying to
Yeah.
find out what's real for myself and what's not, instead of just letting anybody else decide for me, or
Hmm.
um, you know, something doesn't sound like it could be true or real, and I'm just trying to give everything the benefit of the doubt, but also not really take anybody's word for anything, because I'm just trying to finally see what's out there myself, and yeah, just reprogram myself.
Wow. I mean I've seen because I think you've done Relki. Like I've seen
Yeah.
taken in that spiritual experience. I also
Yeah,
tried that
Reiki.
once
Yeah,
as well. Was it very uplifting for you when you tried it?
for sure. Yeah, I could tell a difference. You're talking about Reiki?
Yes.
Energy healing, yeah, and I'm
Yes.
I'm really into that stuff. So as a professional athlete, because even though I don't box professionally anymore, I still get paid to spar, and I still get on an airplane every like week or
Hmm.
10 days and go like I do judo and jujitsu now, and I of course get paid to spar with boxing. So my body naturally is going to take a little bit of punishment and have some strained ligaments and whatever here and there.
Right.
So I am not one to go to a doctor unless it's for medicals for a fight or something and they're
Yeah.
required. I am Native American, so I just study different healing modalities that have been used for thousands of years, and I just try to stick with those. And I always find a way to rehab myself without needing surgeries and chemicals and things like that. So yeah, I really do. I believe in the power of the mind to heal the body, and Reiki kind of goes sort of in line with that, because it is a little bit of a visualization. No one's really touching you, and you're finding ways to like move energy. So yeah, I'm getting very interested in energy work as far as like spirituality and like the physical aspects and science of moving energy through the body and just making the body more efficient. And yeah, Reiki, you kind of got to believe it for it to work. So I believe it and it works. So how do what do you do with that? You have to shut everybody else out who they're not believers because they can't open their mind and even try it to give it a chance. So
Yep. Is there anything else you want to say or promote as we wrap it up here on Dan-A-Plooza?
No, just thank you for having me on. It was really nice to meet you, and I look forward to being back. Maybe I can be on one of your panels and chop it up with some other guests that you have.
Definitely. I'd like to thank my guest, the amazing, talented Hall of Fame boxer Hollie Dunaway, for being on Dan-A-Plooza. Thank you for
Thanks.
watching, everybody.
Bye, guys.